Hey, how's it going everyone? Teysind here. Today bringing some awesome Japanese gaming news, and today we're going to be talking about the potential remaster for the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Nintendo Switch. This is something that has been very much anticipated by many people, myself included, especially being more of an origin prequel story for the Legend of Zelda series and having a lot of different things in the Legend of Zelda series in this game, especially a game that was very much story driven, more so than the other Legend of Zelda games. So this information sort of recently came about at the recent Legend of Zelda concert that took place in Osaka's Orchestra Theatre over the past weekend. Now, the voice actress for Zelda from both Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword, Yu Shimamura, she was at the conference, and during this conference she said that it definitely makes you want to play Skyward Sword again, if only they released on Switch. Now later on, Eiji Aonuma came out and she asked him something again, saying, "I'd like to ask about secrets behind Breath of the Wild." Now Eiji Aonumura's response was very interesting. So according to this translation on Silicon Era, Eiji Aonuma said, "Are you sure you don't want to ask about a Switch version of Skyward Sword?" Now this could always be a tease, but knowing Nintendo, the way that they tease things, again, sort of the stir and the negativity that could be caused as a backlash to not following up with a remaster of Skyward Sword makes it possibly more likely that this is hinting at a future remaster, or at least gauging the audience more to see if they really would like something like this. I personally feel this would be fantastic. Again, being one of the origin stories of Zelda, a heavily story-driven Zelda story that basically focuses on the origins of Zelda, Link, and Ganondorf as well. But also, we have seen a remaster for the Wind Waker on Wii U, as well as Twilight Princess on Wii U. Speaking of which, I would love to see both of them come as sort of like a double pack on the Nintendo Switch. I think it would be perfect to be able to play those games portably, especially Wind Waker, game that I love. And then Twilight Princess can also implement the amiibo support on the Switch version as well, especially with Wolf Link. But in regards to a Switch version of Skyward Sword itself, there's a lot of stuff that they would need to do to be able to make this a game that is very much playable on the Nintendo Switch. Because this is a game that very much relied solely, or I should say largely, on motion controls. Now basically in regards to motion controls, in terms of the swinging action of Link's sword, it often required precise, accurate movements of the Wii motion controls plus, whereby you had to hold the controller in the air sometimes to specifically do certain slashes. Now this is very interesting because to play that on the Nintendo Switch, if it were to continue with the exact same motion controls, you'd not be able to play it portably by holding the Nintendo Switch. You would have to put it down in some form of tabletop mode and use the Joy-Cons, and then again you're basically also limited to the Joy-Cons. So be able to implement some more of a traditional gameplay style potentially as an additional option, also allowing motion controls as a different setting sort of in the game itself, but maybe primarily allowing the traditional gameplay style, maybe even incorporating things from the Breath of the Wild game into this. And again, they could even also do sort of an alternate version of the motion controls by using the two dual analog sticks instead. Because with the Wii you only have one analog stick with the nunchuck, but potentially with the Nintendo Switch they could do something where maybe you hold a trigger down, and instead of using your arm to emulate the swinging motion, you could just basically move the right Joy-Con stick in that motion. But there's still that accuracy issue of not always being able to do that same motion 100% of the time with perfect accuracy. So be able to have the simple form of like an A button as an attack consistently, that can be something that can be more enticing to people, especially people that have come into the Zelda series from Breath of the Wild and might feel a bit jarred by using motion controls to that extreme. There's a lot they can do with the graphics. Again, they can basically make this much more of a beautiful game. It did have an art style similar to Breath of the Wild that gives it some sort of the vibrant cartoon-esque sort of artwork style. I think it's very beautiful. The resolution was obviously very low, so with the assets they could definitely do a lot more to improve them for the remaster. Maybe adjust the draw distance. So again, with the Wii version, as Link moved further away from the object, the distance became blurrier, which had the benefit for the Wii of basically hiding some of sort of the graphical issues with that game. But with a remaster from the Nintendo Switch, again being able to updo everything, they could adjust that so you could see more of the scenery with the new version. But yeah, anyways, I'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts below. Are you interested or excited for the possibility of a Skyward Sword remaster? If a remaster never ends up getting released, this game is available on Wii, and there's the option of getting the version with the soundtrack with it too. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you'll enjoy. Feel free to stay up to date with more Japanese and JRPG gaming news on my channel, or head to my Instagram to see more of my collections on there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and until next video, stay spot on.